Hello. We're talking today about Google Classroom and why it can be helpful during this time of remote learning that is taking place across the country. The objective today would be to be able to set up Google Classroom and enroll students. And so we're going to be talking about that in a minute. But first, I want to share with you some reasons why we would want to use Google Classroom. Both during remote learning and traditional school days. So Google Classroom allows students to complete work with virtually any device. They can use a cell phone, a tablet, Chromebook, laptop, whatever they have, they can access the content and can complete work. Teachers can upload assignments for a week at a time, a month at a time, a couple days at a time if they want to, which is a time-saving strategy called batching that would allow you to spend a few hours or an hour or so getting the work uploaded and ready to go, and you can schedule it to come out whenever you'd like. Additionally, Google Classroom keeps you from having the discussion about lost papers. You cannot lose papers on Google Classroom. Students cannot lose papers on Google Classroom. It's either in your possession or in theirs. And if you can't see it, then they just need to return it to you and you would have access to it. Quick and easy ways to prove what kind of work is being done and turned in to parents, and really helpful for providing documentation for SPED, for IEPs and things like that. But the reason why we're talking about this today is that Google Classroom allows teachers to provide remote instruction during this time of school closure. Beginning of March, we went on spring break here in Texas, and we haven't come back. And we probably won't come back for the rest of the school year. And so we still needed to find a way to provide content and instruction to our students. My district has opted to use Google Classroom for all instruction for students who have internet access. So let's look at how we actually set up Google Classroom and how we enroll students. So I have logged in using my regular Gmail account, not my school Gmail account, because I don't want anything linked to where my students are actually attached to classes. So I have logged into Gmail, and then I have come to Google Classroom. You can just Google Classroom, and it'll come to this page. Now, here is how we create a class. You hit the little plus sign and hit create a class. This is a notification that I'm going to go ahead and hit I've read and understand the above notice, and I'm not using Google Classroom at a school with students. If you have a school that is using G Suite for Education, you have to use that if you're using it for students. So I'm going to come in here. I'm just going to name this test, and we'll have it be section 1. And I usually teach biology, so we're going to make it a biology class. And I don't have a room number, so I'm going to leave that off, and I'm going to create my class. And here we go. Now we have a class. As it highlights for you over here, you can invite students, and this is actually the easiest way to invite students, is to share this class code with students. We can make it bigger by hitting this button here, and students will log in to their Gmail account. They should use their school Gmail account if your school has the G Suite for Education. They should use that account and log into Google Classroom. And just like how we joined or created a class with the, let me go back over here. Just like we created a class here, they would come over here and say, join a class, and they would type in that code that we just showed. So if we come back over here and we use this code, students would type in this code and then they would join your class. Additionally, you can come over here and you can actually click on this button and type in an email address, and it will send an invite to their email. Both of those ways work, and you can end up with all of your students enrolled in your class.